Nearly 2 months into the battle, ISIL has lost control of Sirte's harbour and some residential areas near the centre of what was the late Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi's hometown. This victory now paves the way for the recapture of the next targets, the Ouagadougou Conference Hall and the Ibn Sina Hospital. But troops fighting the militant group say they feel let down by their Western partners and by the Tripoli government in the fight against ISIL.
To our greatest dismay, the West has failed us. They said they would support the unity government, but once the government was formed and settled in place, these words became no more than ink on paper. We were only asking for logistical support, but thank God our forces are advancing against the Daesh.
Many of the forces fighting the militant groups are from the nearby port city of Misrata, and others have come from as far as Tripoli.
We are God-fearing people, law-abiding people. We reject wrongdoing. This is our country and we will never abandon it. These Daesh are people who don't know God. They are crazy. They will kill and slaughter. They have displaced families.
A week ago, more than 40 Misrata troops were killed in a surge on one front. At a field hospital outside Sirte, doctors say most of the recent victims, among them troops, were killed by gunshot wounds to the head and upper body.
Most of the injuries we're seeing are from bullet wounds to the head, chest and abdomen, with some bullet wounds to the extremities as well.
Western powers say they are ready for Prime Minister Fayez Sarraj's government to request assistance. A specific request for exemption to a UN arms embargo is yet to emerge, and a broader proposal for Western training programs is still in the planning stages. Susan Mwongeli, CCTV.
Let's now get some more insights and analysis on the situation in Libya from CCTV's Yasser Hakim, who now joins us live from our Cairo studios. Pro-government forces are accusing their Western allies of abandoning them. Now, we know Egypt has previously sought to help in stabilizing Libya. So, the sentiments expressed by the pro-government forces, does Egypt share in those sentiments and indeed the entire region there?
Yes, Egypt has always said that the Libyans need the support as quickly as possible so that they can succeed in their fight against ISIL. Egypt said it has been already giving support to the Libyans. It's more of logistical support, training support, intelligence and technical support. But the Libyan army needs also weapons. A lot of, according to a quotation from the head of the Libyan National Army, Khalifa Haftar, there are thousands of soldiers, but those soldiers are ready to fight, but they don't have the weapons to do so. But also the West is in a dilemma who to give the weapons to. There are two armies in Libya. There's the army led by Khalifa Haftar, which was appointed by one of the two Libyan parliaments before, and then there is the army that is led by Fayez Sarraj and the cabinet, and those two armies are both working against ISIL. They're fighting ISIL, but they're two different armies with two different heads, chiefs. So who should receive the backing? Who should receive the weapons? Khalifa Haftar says he will only join the Fayez Sarraj army and unite only if Fayez Sarraj gets the backing of and the vote from the assembly, the parliament, and there's no vote, so he's not willing to work with the Fayez Sarraj army. The Khalifa Haftar was in Russia and was in Cairo last week. At the same time, the vice president of Fayez Sarraj, the vice president of the accepted or the internationally recognized government, was also in Russia and also in Cairo the last week at the same time. And both of them have two different agendas and both need money and weapons for their armies. So it's kind of, it will only be easy for the West to give arms once there is one army, there is one government accepted by all the political parties or political sides or forces in Libya. But in the meantime, they have to work alone or with the help of several countries in the region, such as Egypt. Russia has offered to help as well. But the whole international community cannot go forward unless there is consensus within Libya.
All right, Yasser Hakim, thanks very much for those insights. Yasser live in Cairo.